Hello everybody, my name is Farnacle, and welcome to Fingerbones. This is a psychological horror game by David Szymanski, which is probably best known for his game Iron Lungs, which is also a psychological horror game somewhat like this. I really like his work, and when I saw this, I had to play it. So without further ado, let's get right into it and play Fingerbones. Now, our first objective is to find pieces of paper around. I don't really know much more than that. And there's also the exit door, which exits the whole game, so we don't want to go through that. But I guess we should first focus on finding pieces of paper. Here seems our first one. When I was 15 years old, I lost my virginity. I shook uncontrollably the entire time. I felt the exact same primal excitement yesterday night in the cellar. Okay, what happened yesterday night in the cellar? It's very interesting. Hope it's not. That's very foreboding. It's my weekend to get Katie, but I'm not in the mood. I distracted her with TV and came here to read. I couldn't interest myself in reading, so I tried to write. I couldn't write anything more than the usual handful of disconnected thoughts and theories. Medication doesn't help, and divorce certainly didn't help. Because I am not depressed, I am enlightened. This is the result of 2 decades of scientific education and philosophical pondering. This is the price of knowledge. That's one way to look at being depressed. Enlightened is... Sure, you know? That's one way to look at it. I'm not sure if we can look in the filing cabinets for papers and pages. That doesn't seem to be. What's this? A flashlight. I feel like that'll be helpful, although I feel like the light coming through the windows is light enough. Here's another note. It appears to be a page from a manuscript. Pop mortality is too reliant on emotions, and not reliant enough on rational thought. If mortality must be determined, and I maintain that it is a farce, it should not be determined by feeling. Feelings are nebulous, subjective, and changeable. Rather, it should be determined by thinking, the actions of a natural creature and natural and thus moral, unless a concrete scientific reason can be given to prove them as immoral. Alright. That's oddly philosophical. Well, I guess not oddly, since this whole game is very philosophical, but I'm not a very philosophical person, so that I do not understand. I'm not quite sure where our other objective is, but it seems to be... There seems to be a panel here that you can move, or should seem to move, but right now I'm unable to. Here's another page, let's read it. I don't know why I'd use my daughter's name as a door lock code in my survival bunker, but whatever keeps her happy, I suppose. She likes her mother. A delicate, fragile... She's like her mother, sorry. A delicate, fragile version of her mother. Damn her. Interesting. Doesn't seem to be much going on in this room other than dust and cobwebs. What's this? Seems to be a machine. There just seems to be a button here. I don't know if I should press it just yet. What the hell? Okay, I don't know what that's done. I think it's turned on a light over here, which might be connected to that keyboard that I was looking at earlier. Yes. Okay, it needs a password. She said she keeps her daughter's name as the password, which we need to find her daughter's name. I don't think it said in any of these. Oh, it did. Katie. Katie. I'll use that password, see if that works. Made a little beep noise. Is that correct? Was that the correct word? Maybe that was incorrect. Did I spell it right? I wonder if it opened up this door. Yes, it did. Alright. So we're in our bunker now, I think. Which is very dark and dingy. Kind of foreboding. I don't feel very safe in here. I feel like something's gonna jump out, even though I know there's no jump scares in this game. Here's another note, let's read it. I boxed up everything that isn't practical and useful. I burned all the books that weren't for scientific edification. Edification? What's edification? I'd like to store the boxes in the cellar, but I can't get them down the ladder by myself. I just piled them up near the hatch. The blood would probably ruin them anyways. Sorry, the what? This hatch? That I can't open? Here's another note next to seems to be a knife. It's finally happened. The whole world is a chaos of thunder and screams, and when the ashes settle, we will all be wild animals again. I am ecstatic beyond words. I haven't been able to reach Lynn for several days. She's probably dead for all I know, or care. But Katie was here when it all started, and I have no idea what to do with her. Most of the town is dead. Katie and I only survived because we ran into the bunker. Perhaps this is what I've needed. Freedom from all the irrational rules and insane social values. Just pure, beautiful survival. What happened here? It seems like a lot of death and destruction. And it doesn't seem like I can go anywhere. I think I've done everything that I can down here. No, I haven't. Here's another note. Let's read it. The tool room has been her name for years now. I can't bring myself to change it. The tool room has been her name for years now. This room? Do I have to put in another password? Lynn. Let's try Lynn. Let's put Lynn into the computer. Alright, we're back at the computer. Let's see if Lynn works. Okay, made a little beep noise again. First time that beep noise worked. Let's go see. Alright, we're back at the door, and let's see. It opens. Alright, perfect. And blood. Immediately. Alright. She remembered Father's Day and drew me a picture. I don't understand her. She's just like her mother. She wants to waste time drawing pictures. We barely able to find enough food and survive. I turned her crayons into candles. We need more candles in case the generator goes out again. It helps break up the monotony. I yearn for the excitement of those first weeks. How long have they been down here? And I guess that's something else that I need to figure out. Am I discovering this, or am I the mother? I don't totally know, and it's not described on the store page or in the beginning of the game. There are things I've wanted to do for years, desires I've kept locked in the back of my consciousness. It's been nearly a year since I've seen a woman, and now I realize there's no practical reason to keep those desires locked up anymore. I don't like where that's going. Huh. Okay. I don't know if there's any more around. Yes, there is. Of course there is. I've changed the storage room code to something I can easily remember. NNY. The rest of the world is missing. The rest of the word is missing, sorry. NNY. NNY. What could be the rest of the word? So after looking around for a little bit, I looked it up, and it seems to be that it's Lynn's name, but with the L at the end. So let's try it. Sure enough, it is. Alright, let's go back down and see if the storage room opened. Alright, let's see if this opens. Sure enough, it does. Alright. I am a bag of DNA. I exist to make more of myself. I married and produced a daughter because of my genes demanded reproduction. I wrote books and created because creativity served as survival advantage to my ancient ape ancestors. I built this place, took refuge in it, and spent hours thinking, who's crying? Am I crying? Is there something behind me? Okay, and spent hours thinking of silly little artificial laws to live by because my forefathers built cities and societies. I allow time and peace to reproduce and protect their games, dreams, loves, opinions, desires, beauty, innocence. Whew, that's a mouthful. Fragments of her collective primordial imagination. So many big words. Fleeting electrical signals and fire across her synapses for a pointless moment in time. They used to serve a purpose, and now they are needless confusion. Here I am, the last man on earth, for all I know, ready to be freed from them. What? Am I going to kill myself? Is that the freedom I'm talking about? Okay. Button. What did that do? Does that open the hatch? I'd have to imagine so. No. Okay. Then I don't know what that does. Free from society. What do you do? Do I go back up? You know, I wonder if it's that hatch that was up on the first floor. Let's go try it to see if that opened. I think I see it open. No, it's... Nah, it slid backwards. Revealing blood and bones. Fingerbones. Clever. The cellar is freedom. I mean the cellar I just walked out of? Okay. What does that mean? Is there anything else I can get from that? Can I pick up the fingers? Alright, so I actually looked around a bit to see how to get into the cellar hatch. And it seems that on this note it says the cellar is freedom, so that means the key is freedom. So let's type it in and it should work. Freedom. And sure enough, the buzzer goes. Let's go see what's in that cellar. I heard a lot about blood, so I don't have the highest hopes that it'll be the nicest place. Hello? Is anyone down here? Oh, not the screaming again. There's only enough food for one, so she's going to die anyway. I am free now. Freedom. It took endless humanity to find freedom. Why am I blinking? Am I gonna find a dead body? I don't like... Okay. Is something gonna jump out at me? It seems to have been torn from a diary. She finally died last night. I don't know whether from starvation, dehydration, or blood loss. I threw her body into the woods. Her fingers, my anti-religious artifacts, my testaments to moral, intellectual freedom are locked in the safe upstairs. You mean the safe I opened? I am content in the knowledge that I haven't done anything wrong. Okay. And fade to black. The father didn't know why he'd come back after all these years, starving and tired. He just wanted to see the cellar one last time. With one last flicker, the flashlight died and he was left in the pitch dark. He sat down on the cold floor and closed his eyes. He could still hear her, even now. It was peaceful here in the cellar. It was free here in the cellar. Alright, wow. Pretty gruesome ending. And that has been Fingerbones. I hope you all enjoyed. I sure did. I really liked the story. And I will say, in the first note that we read, where she said she lost her virginity and it shook her uncontrollably, and she felt the same thing in the cellar yesterday night. I think that was when she killed her daughter. So pretty messed up story, but I thought it was a pretty good story. I thought it was really well told, and all over I enjoyed it. I hope you guys did too, and I'll see you later. Bye bye.